uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I am Jesse Lee Peterson. Good morning. Welcome to the show. Amazing church yesterday. Thank you. I do appreciate it. Nothing like a good fellowship. One witnessing to another one. What's wrong with having sex out of wedlock? Major response. Thank you. I appreciate it. And what it all boils down to is that it's like a drug. It seduces human beings, especially men, and causes them to go unconscious, falling away from God, right? They've already fallen away. And when they use the sex before marriage, it keeps them away, and the woman is their God. She is the man's God in that fallen state. But once he wait until marriage and wake up and be aware, then he can see the steps to take to overcome, and the order will reverse back to normal of God and Christ, Christ and man, man over woman, and woman over children. And it's just amazing. My whole purpose for these biblical questions is for you to examine yourself, know thyself. And then once you know yourself, you shall know God. Other than that, you're not going to know God. You will know about him, but you won't know him. You will not know him. So examine thyself, because the world is gone crazy. It's gone crazy. Brand new biblical question. Do you see yourself as a son of God? And I'll tell you why I asked that. Something caused me to see that. And I wonder, wow, that's amazing. Now that's mama love. Mama love takes the place of God's love. It stays with you until the day you die. Ooh, I don't know if that's good or not. But anyway, happy Mother's Day, post-Mother's Day. Apparently someone sent this photo of a local man that drives around in his car every day.
On the side it says, "I love my mother."
I can't see that.
Let me zoom in.
I love my mama. My mother?
I love my mother, yeah.
So this is some guy driving his car around saying that. Even the mother should say, you know what, something wrong with this. Maybe we better back off a little bit. That's too much mama's love. Enough is enough. There's a proper love and an improper love for mama. So he's driving around with that on there, huh? Make sure you don't marry him, ladies. You ain't gonna be able to get rid of his mama for sure. So some of the states are starting to open up again. And as I said, that's the last thing the Democrats want to happen, because election time is coming up. Election time is coming up. And they know that the president is a shoo-in 4 more years. And that's the last thing they want, the Democrats and the rightos and the Never-Trumpers, because they know he's going to clean house in the last 4 years. And so they're trying to prevent the economy from coming back. But the children of the lie, they don't want this. They want to blame the president for the economy, so they'll deliberately shut it down, keep it down, all under the pretense of caring about you. And because you're an emotional person, you think they care about you, right? And they'll try until November to keep it close. And it doesn't matter that you're losing jobs and businesses and people going bankrupt. They want the power and control over you. If you think things were bad under the Father Messiah, Barack Obama, and they were, you haven't seen anything yet.
Public health experts say many states are opening too soon to do so safely.
Yeah, they don't want to open. We are not other countries. We are America, the greatest country on this side of heaven. Nothing can compare to us. So we don't have to do what other countries are doing. When did that happen? They don't want you to open up, folks. And they're going to scare you and scare you. An owner of a gym in Oceanside, California, was arrested for opening up. Watch this.
Yertle was cited and released.
Amazing. This is unconstitutional. You can't arrest people in this country for wanting to take care of themselves. The nerve of the Democrats to do this. But they have put fear in most people, and they know that the people are afraid, and this is another way of putting fear in you. They'll let him go bankrupt before they let him open up. All because they want power. They want to control the people. And unfortunate, there are a lot of people that they are controlling. So I knew that the blacks were being controlled, not all, but most. But I had no idea that the whole country was so weak, that it was that easy to control you. They're only able to do it, though, because they have demoralized and brainwashed the people, destroyed the family, and just plain old demoralized the people, put them on drugs from the moment they pop out of their mama's womb, and then they grow up and become drug addicts. And you know they ain't going to do nothing. If you're a drug addict, you don't know what you're doing. It's like the government think that they know better than you about your own self, your own health. Okay, give me a warning about there's a Chinese disease out there. Be careful. But leave me alone otherwise.
Also, why do black women love thugs so much? Might have to get a Mexican like Joel.
And they're looking for a father's love, in all honesty. The women are. My heart goes out to black women because they're really looking for a father's direction, for a father's love. The economy coming back. I was talking to someone about, who was I talking to yesterday about the great white hope and the economy? And I'm like, the economy coming back. Believe me, what's so amazing about the president? The Democrats and his enemies always think they got him locked in. Oh, we got him now. It's over now. It's done. And all of a sudden, he has a breakthrough. It's going to happen that way with the economy. Watch this. Watch what happens.
The first time I experienced racism is when Roots, the TV program, aired. I became a bad person amongst my black friends because of slavery in the U.S., even though I was an 11-year-old white child in the U.K. and my black friends came from the West Indies.
Amazing.
That's true. It's like those shows just introduce stuff.
It was a setup like natty going on. I remember that, but it was evil. That's why I don't watch these black shows. They are wicked. They are not made to enhance you. They are made to take control of you by making you become angry. And a lot of black folks watch that mess, and they become angry. It's unfortunate, but that's what happens in the world. I want you to expect what's happening in the world. Expect it to be that way because it's of the devil. There's no love in the world. It's in you and in the brand new world that's created within you. All right? No world, no love in the world. So you can just, look, if you doubt me, read the Old Testament. Everything that's happening in the world today already happened in the Old Testament. It never stopped. So when Jesus came, he didn't change the Old Testament, the world. He created a new world so that his children can live in it, but not be of it. And it's amazing to be able to live that way, too. It's mind-blowing. We would get along much better between men and women if we did it the right way, really. But if you do it the world's way, it's just a war. But if you do it the right way, it's peace. That's just the way it is. One nice thing about men and women waking up today is that now in their environment, there's going to be light shining where those in the darkness can see the right way to go. It's so amazing. So the president took fake samples, non-human samples, gave it to the lab, and pretended that it was from humans. that the samples came from humans of the coronavirus. And the lab came back, positive for the coronavirus. Isn't that amazing? But it came out positive. So what does that tell you, folks? You're like, what the? So do you trust the so-called scientists? And so many people caught up in the world believing the experts. Whatever the experts say, you believe it. Amazing. So, Robert, prior to hearing me say that men should leave their home by 18 and go grow up, was there anything in you saying that to you that you feel like, you know what, I shouldn't be up here with mama?
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay. Take your time, one step at a time. Hold on. Can you hold? I got to take a break, and then I want to hear what happened when you told your mother you forgive her for what she done.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Robert said he moved out. He got his own place now. And on Mother's Day, he forgave his mother. And I wanted to hear about that. So, Robert, so you went to your mother on Mother's Day, and what happened? Right on, Robert. What an amazing Mother's Day, man. And I'm glad to hear that she didn't run away from it, but she dealt with it with you. Because a lot of mothers will get ticked. Oh, they'll be worse than the Pope. And, and the Pope get ticked. But that's what happened with me when I went to my mother. I was surprised that she told me about what she had gone through in her life. And instead of getting all mad and going off, and it was amazing to see that. So you're very fortunate that your mother dealt with it in that way. Good for her, man. Let me just say this. You're on your way, one day at a time, one moment at a time. You're done with resenting your mother. So, just start growing up. And when you're around her or anyone, speak up. You're a man now. You're not a child. Yeah. And God is with you. And you haven't seen anything, Robert. Are you doing my silent prayer video?
Not every day, but I
suffer.
Yeah, I know. Suffer and die.
Yeah. Robert, you are an amazing young man. You're going to be fine, man.
Oh, thank you.
You are.
High praise from you, Jesse.
Just keep on what you're doing. Work, save. Make sure you save 10% every time you get paid. And pay your rent, and you buy some food, keep gas in your car, have a little change in your pocket. But always save 10% for investment opportunities when opportunities come, and they will come for you, all right?
Oh, for sure.
Some of you know about this black boy that was allegedly shot by two white guys down in Georgia. And I talked about this yesterday at church, and that if you weren't there, you don't know what happened. And that you've emotionally fallen for the trap of the race hustlers and the children of the lie. And you're saying things that you have no idea about. And you believe lies, right? If you weren't there, it's okay to let you accept, hey, I don't know. Let's wait and see. Wait till all the evidence is gathered, and we'll see what happens. And there are people out there who hate God, who hate good, right? And especially they hate white people. And anytime a white on black situation happens, it's like a field day for them. They will emotionalize you, and they will make you, if you're not aware of yourself, you will be caught up and not realize you're caught up emotionally. And your mind will have you convinced that you know what you know when you really don't know what you know because you weren't there. And there are people who literally hate the president, and they blame him for everything, especially white on black situations. They say, oh, it's the president's fault. It's white supremacists. It's the mayor of Georgia, a black woman, a godless, evil woman, nasty woman too, just nasty. Her name is Keisha Bottoms. What a messed up name, Keisha. You know that's black. Atlanta mayor lays blame on the White House for Ahmaud Arbery shooting. And Ahmaud Arbery, why does he have a Muslim name? Isn't that a Muslim name? What the?
I have 4 kids, 3 of whom are African American boys. Um, they are afraid. They're angry and they are afraid.
What a evil, evil, nasty, lying, dirty woman. This is an example of what's keeping black people down and out and playing victim. But she's a liar. But if you're angry, you wouldn't believe that she's lying because Satan is your daddy and you're in darkness and it's easy to believe lies. I feel for her boys, if she has them convinced that it's racism and white people are against them, you don't even have a chance if you've been told that in your home by your screwed up parents or parent. I wish their father was strong enough to keep this woman from them. 'Cause this is what child abuse looked like. President Trump don't know those people, probably never met those folks. And if he had nothing to do with this at all, not one iota. But she sat there with a straight face blaming the president. And by the way, no such thing as racism. This is what evil people look like. The mayor of Atlanta, Georgia, Keisha Bottoms, is an evil person and should not be the mayor of Atlanta, Georgia. Black people got enough problems than to have someone like that feeding into their already angry state of mind. Where's the love in that? There's no love in that woman. None. Zero. She doesn't love black. She doesn't love her own children. She's a liar. Just evil. This has been going on for a long time with the so-called black civil rights leaders and everything. This started with the civil rights movement. Black people haven't always had this mindset of the white people hate them and they can't make it because of white people and blah, blah, blah. And this is why we should not allow these kind of people like Keisha Bottoms to be in government. And white folks, I've said over and over again, America will become South Africa while white people are forbidden to be themselves. Their land and everything will be taken because these people get in these positions and they pass laws that goes against white America. They don't care about black people. And blacks who are standing up for good, it's going to affect you as well. This is an evil woman. This type of brainwashing is what's causing most black people to just act out because they believe this liar. This is a nasty liar, but she's a liar. I don't know, how do you people get voted into office? She really needs to just shut up and go sit down. And if you're black, go sit down. There are no words to express how evil this woman is for making those untrue statements. To black men and women who have not had good fathers and mothers to guide them, they're already coming out of their homes angry. They already believe that the world is against them, especially the white world. And to be listening to this kind of crap, may God have mercy upon their soul. Keisha Bottoms, Lance Bottom, whatever your name is, you're an evil, nasty woman that does not deserve to be in our government. You need to go home and get in the kitchen, have babies, and cook. Or something. Black people are doing it to themselves. They don't need the KKK anymore. KKK can go on vacation because these people are killing themselves with words. So relax and let this thing work itself out. It has nothing to do with everybody. It only has to do with Ahmaud and the 2 white guys and Ahmaud's family. Let me see him going in the house.
Video that some believe shows Ahmaud Arbery walking into a home under construction.
Where's his jogging clothes? He ain't had on no jogging clothes. I thought he was out, bright sunshine day jogging. But just relax and let this thing unfold by itself. Ahmaud is not every black person. He's just one black man.
Scripture is saying, it's exactly saying that your identity is to be in Christ. It's no longer to be in your race, which is Jew or Greek, no longer in you being a male or female, no longer in your financial status of being rich or poor. That's not supposed to be your identity, but it's supposed to be in Christ. So, like, it completely they take that so out of context, and it's saying the exact opposite thing of what they believe in. I just thought that was amazing.
And what I realized too is that to overcome those false identities is nothing you can do of yourself. It will be taken away from you once you're born again of God. You just, one day you realize, I can't identify, I don't identify with that anymore. It's amazing that those things happen. He's right, folks. You can't, once you're truly born of God, you're not going to identify as a black person, white person, meaning you're not going to be into that at all. And it's interesting because I used to be into my blackness when I moved to L.A. and got involved with the crap. Right. You shouldn't hate Satan, though. You should. What it is, you discern him, and discern meaning you would not accept his suggestions or anything like that. But if you hate him, then you will become like what you hate. You don't want to take on his identity. You take on the identity of whomever or whatever you hate. But Christians are to discern, and discern means you're going to see it, injustice, you're going to see wrongdoing, but you won't hate it. You discern it, and that's what protects you from it. Discernment is you see it, but you don't hate it. I'm asking you a question, man.
I'm telling you.
I'm asking you, what is it like to sit back and get all that information and repeat it as though it's the truth?
It's the truth.
That's not what I'm asking you. Tony, I know you're black. Come on, man.
Well,
come on, man.
It's out.
Do you wear a mask?
Do I wear a mask?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
You wear gloves?
No, I don't wear no gloves.
Do you wear a mask when you're in the car by yourself?
No, I do not.
I'm surprised that you don't. The experts told me to tell you, you need to wear a mask in the car by yourself.
Why you don't have a mask on your show?
Because I don't listen to the experts. Tony, thanks for your... Tony. Thanks for calling the show and proving what I say about most of the blacks. I really appreciate that, man.
My ex says she wants to be back together, even calling JLP, but won't stop lying and messing around. I've tried being friends, but she keeps lying for what she can get from me. Am I right to cut her off all communication?
Not only you can make that decision because you're in it and you can see what to do for yourself, but I would cut it off. I would be done with it because when you see those kind of things in people, those are your enemies. And to keep hanging out with them or communicating with them, you're setting yourself up to be destroyed because they don't love you. So, but in your situation, only you can tell because you're there. That's why I want people to wake up so that they can see for themselves. The way you change people, their hearts have to change. Change their hearts, you can change. If you don't change their heart, no change.
Have you guys noticed that white women are trying to look like black women with altering their bodies? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's terrible. It's terrible. I see that at my gym sometime before the Chinese virus. And it almost makes you sad to see it because the person look messed up.
It just don't look right.
Right, it doesn't. It's just have your own identity. All right? Don't take on somebody. Be you.
What was the problem with Ahmad?
What was the point?
They're trying to make it look like he's stealing and then running with it.
What a dumb man. You know, when white people do this, it just helped bring on South Africa, Mommy Africa in America. Because black people don't like any white person. It doesn't matter if you're a liberal or you agree with them or you run with Ahmad. Was Ahmad out there running too?
Huh? He said what?
Was Ahmad, he said he was running with Ahmad. Was he out there running with Ahmad or running?
What a mess.
Was he?
No, it's running for Ahmad.
Oh, because Ahmad can't run no more? Amazing. But white people, you so that are supporting this type of evil, you're dumb. You're hanging yourself. Really. Blacks who hate, they don't like any white person. That same dumb white man that was doing that, let him get up and tell the truth about what's really wrong with black folks and see how much he run with Ahmad. Okay. The way you forgive her by getting to know yourself, and you're going to see of yourself you could do nothing or know nothing, and you've done things that you wish had not happened, but they happened. And when you understand that, you're going to understand why your mother did the things she did. She could not help herself either. And that will cause you to forgive her. Because when you really get to know yourself, you're going to clearly see that we as human beings just don't. It's impossible to hate someone and knowing that we're no better. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And you're going to realize your mother did the best that she could do. She couldn't help it. Well, one thing I do want to tell you that going to church is not a sign of being a son of God.
Okay.
Just FYI. On your way, so just be patient and stay away from anger. Anger means don't hate people. They can't help themselves. Do the silent prayer morning and night, and then, just watch and speak up and doubt every thought, and you'll be fine. Everybody and their mom in the black community, they killing us. They killing us. They killing us, right? But when it's black on white, or when it's black on black, you don't hear anything about it at all. Not one iota about it at all. Nothing. Zero. And if you bring it up, especially if you're white, and you bring up the black on black crime, all of a sudden you're a racist. But when it's white on white, which happens once in a while, when it's white on black, which happens once in a while, all of a sudden there's all black people are being killed. Yeah. And this is why I say that the people need to wait until the case is done and they have a trial or whatever, and then see what's going on. But
that's all they need.
Because angry people want you to be on board with them. They want to push evil. It's in their nature. Once they find out, if they find out that they're wrong for carrying on like this, they're not going to apologize or anything. They'll just go back into the ground, and they'll wait for another white on black incident, and then they'll come out of the hellhole again. They won't care. They'll just brush it off like it wasn't nothing. And they know that the white people are not going to say anything, so because they hate white people more. They hate everybody. They have no love for no one, but they really hate white people, and they're really trying to go after white people. That's why they don't care about black people. They don't care about white people. They don't care about themselves because they have no love.
Back to normal.
The Democrats are not going to let it go. They are trying to hold on to it until elections are over at least. But once you get a government control over you, power over you like that, they don't want to let that go.
Yeah.
It should already be over, to be honest, I believe.
And all this black on black crime, no one's protesting about that. But when someone Caucasian kills a black person, there's a problem. Yeah. I mean, God gave us common sense. Use it.
Amen. Amazing. Thank you, Craig. I appreciate it.
All right,
man.
brother. Hey, could you say beta?
Beta, man.
All right. Thanks, Mr. Peterson.
You're welcome, buddy. Right. Thank you. Amazing. I'm surprised, but yet not surprised that they voted in such an evil woman for mayor of Chicago.
Man. I know.
I don't know that report, but I can't doubt it because ever since I was a kid, they had in Chicago, they had the Blackstone Rangers and all those type of people that was killing one another, man.
You know who the biggest mass murderer of black people?
Who is that?
You say it all the time. It's black women. They murdered 23 million black babies. So who is the biggest mass murderer of black people? Black women.
And yet you hear nothing about the abortion stuff. Nothing.
No.
It's amazing. One thing about black people, they'll name Jesus in a moment. Just all in the name. In the name. It's in the name. It's in the blood. But yet they have hatred in their hearts. How come they think those two go together? Is mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing for me. And by the way, ladies, I said Happy Mother's Day to all the ladies early in the first hour of that. So hope you all had a good Mother's Day weekend. Yesterday, Mother's Day. You relaxed and let your hair down, held your head up, and had a good Mother's Day. All right? Amazing. All right, thank you, man. It's good to hear from you again.
Already, hey, Father God bless you, my sir, and I'll talk to you later. All right.
All right, God bless you, man. Thank you. All right.
Yeah, yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, amazing. We need men and women to think logically. This is crazy. It looks like at some point, I understand that it's not going to be that way because only a few will find that straight and narrow path. But look like at some point, if they keep doing the same thing over and over and over and reacting when it's white on black, but not reacting when it's black on black, or as someone mentioned, the abortion situation in the black community, look like they would say, well, what's wrong with us? Don't we need to kind of start looking at ourselves? I mean, look like at some point they would think that way. You know what I'm saying? According to the Daily Mail, Uber executives lay off 3,500 employees via a Zoom call. And they laid them all off at once. The Democrats are loving this. Really, they love this. Because they are just so sure these people are going to be mad at the president. Well, the one thing blacks don't do is that they don't de-escalate. That's for sure.
Why do you think? So I haven't been nervous in a long time, and when I called today, I got nervous. My body got all hot, and I got nervous. Why do you think that happened? And I don't like it, but I fight through it. Don't fight through it.
Yeah.
I just go through it. But why do you think that happened?
One reason and one reason only. You went into your head. Satan started telling you, oh, you're going to have to speak fast on the show, or you're not going to remember what to say, or he was telling you something, and you believed it, and that's why. Even if you weren't aware that you were doing it, believe me, because under pressures when thoughts, not all the time, but really when thoughts get in your mind, they try to control you to make you do something else crazy, you know? But it's only because you thought you went into your head. That's what happened when I was growing up. We were taught to work hard, to save money, to buy land, to invest in land, and just work and save and do it that way, and you can't go wrong. So I've always grown up. I grew up knowing that I want to one day have my own business.
Right.
Because that was my environment too. Even under the Jim Crow law, many of the black people I knew, they owned their own land. They had businesses and all kinds of things. You know what it is too, Sean, is that they don't have good, decent parents being a good example for them.
Right.
And then they also cut out trade schools. When I was growing up in America, trade schools were everywhere because they knew if you learn a trade or you could work with your hands, you're going to always have food on your table. And so millennials and now Zs are not being taught in that way, in the home or in the public school system.
Right.